just finished recording are going live twice. Okay? And what I realized is these individuals, right? And some of these are karmic masculines and karmic family, but they're jealous of our femininity. It intimidates them. They're intimidated by our feminine nature. A lot of men, too. A lot of men are intimidated by our feminine nature, right? A lot of family members and women in our family who are intimidated by our feminine nature as well, okay? So they try to manipulate energies, especially during like readings, during teachings, during things like that, okay? Because they're jealous and intimidated about an essence that we possess, the Holy Spirit that we possess, right? Because some of us don't have to say Holy Spirit activate. Some of us know our Holy Spirit is always activated and on point, right? And so they don't want us to stand in our femininity. That's what it is. So as we might feel a certain way, I know this is for some of my leaders and tarot readers, we'll feel a certain way, right? Before we get on, right? We'll probably be in our femininity and our power. And then when we start getting on, they try to manipulate the energies and project, right? Because they want to feel feminine energy. They want to feel our femininity. So they try to manipulate energies, right? And project, even though it's unsuccessful because we know what they're doing while they're doing it. Okay, so these individuals are jealous and intimidated by our feminine nature. And guess who's protecting our feminine nature? God. See, some of us, I know I have my masculine protect my feminine energy because I have both energies, right? But God protects the woman. God protects the feminine energy. And that's why a lot of people are intimidated by that. Okay? They're intimidated by our feminine nature, our essence of us, right? They can't help but watch, yet they're intimidated by it. Okay? These are individuals. These are spiritual leaders, right? These are karmic family, karmic friends, right? Who are intimidated by our feminine nature. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a couple of cards on our feminine nature. Okay, so we can kind of understand what's going on. Right? I just decoded the Matrix movie. I took it down because the energy was being manipulated. Because of course, we are very close to God. We co-created life with God. Let me say that again. We co-create with God to bring life into the world. So we have a lot of people envious of that, right? That do I have to say it again? We co-create with God. So they're intimidated by that, of that we can co-create and what we can co-create and what we can bring forth into this world. What we can create within ourselves, right? What we can create within us and then bring forth and help breathe life into. See, God breathes life into our child, but guess who else breathes life into our children? Because we're co-creating with God. Okay, so we're also breathing life into our children. So a lot of people, and it's not just femininity is about giving birth, it's so much more than that. But the fact that we are so close to God, right? We are so close to the Creator that He allows us to help co-create and bring life into this world. Okay? So a lot of karmic masculines, karmic mothers, karmic parents are intimidated and jealous of our nature, our essence of us, the beauty of us. Okay? And because our connection with God in the Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I just decoded the matrix. But it wasn't an energy that I, per se, wanted to give out to the world. Right? Because the energy was being manipulated. Okay, but the matrix is pretty much about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That is what Trinity is. That is the meaning of Trinity. Is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So when Neo left the matrix and went and found Trinity, he found the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's who Trinity is. And Trinity got him through his journey. So when you say Trinity got Neo through his journey in the matrix, they're talking about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? Helped guided Neo on his journey. Okay, but Neo had to do certain things after he left the matrix. Right? He had to eat differently. He wasn't eating the same food. He had to exercise differently. He wasn't even doing his kung fu the same. Okay? He had to find and seek and connect with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Trinity. So in the second movie, right, when the Trinity sacrificed himself, Neo to keep going on his journey, do you guys see what that symbolizes? That's happened before, hasn't it? Where the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit sacrifice themselves so that we can keep going on our journey. Okay? And in the last movie, right, when it talks about the big battle, right, when there's a big battle, I haven't seen the movie, you guys, at all. But this next movie coming out, okay? He thinks that Trinity has died because Trinity sacrificed herself for Neo, the one. But that is not the case. Because energy doesn't die, it's transmuted. How do you think he was able to fight off the powers of principalities, which is the agent in the matrix? As a matter of fact, I think he consumed the agent, then he destroyed the agent. Everything's symbolic in that on a spiritual level, right? We're talking about the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? And in that movie, Trinity is portrayed as a feminine character. And Neo is the one as a male character, but we all know that there's symbolism in everything, right? So in the last movie, he's trying to search and find Trinity, who he thought was dead, right? So he went to go find Trinity. Trinity was never dead. Trinity was never lost. Because the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit is never lost. Nor does it ever die. Okay? So in this next movie, you guys are going to see the connection that Neo, which is the one decoded, if you decode it, it's the one, how Trinity and the one work together to battle these powers and principalities. Y'all stop playing with me. This is on a spiritual level. That's what's going to happen in the movie. So when you guys watch the movie and they comment, I want you guys to come back, watch the movie, and comment and tell. Sorry, someone was calling me. But when the movie producers and stuff, sometimes when they want you to get the message, they might use a character. But nobody said whether that character is really in the flesh or not. See, Trinity is symbolic for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, who went with Neo on his journey fighting the powers and principality of this world. Which, if you go back to the second movie, They mention who the powers and principalities of this world are, and even the ones who don't even realize they're on the side of the powers and principalities. And they discuss it in a certain clip where it talks about the woman in the red dress. Who is the woman in the red dress? It's a distraction, right? From what? From the powers and principalities and the people who don't realize they're a part of the powers and principalities. Okay, so he mentioned teachers, doctors. He mentioned service workers. He mentioned a couple of names. I don't know quote for quote. It's been years since I've seen this stuff, seen these movies, okay? But he mentions them. And he says you weren't even paying attention because you were paying attention to the lady in the red dress. So most, because they too was paying attention to the lady in that red dress to see where does she fit in everything. Who was that lady in the red dress? But they didn't realize that they're missing really what's really going on. And what's really going on is all those powers and principalities that were surrounding him, which he didn't even realize that he was walking through it, but he was concentrating on the lady in the red dress. And most of you guys were too watching that movie, okay, which was just a distraction from what's really around us, the major powers and principalities of this world. Okay, but because Neo had the Trinity with him, and the reason why I touched base back on this decoding of the Matrix is because I was going to give a video out about this and the energies. They were manipulating the energies, and I should have kept the video up so you guys can see it was alive. I should have kept the live up so you guys can see how the energies was manipulated, right? And that's because they don't want us women to stand in our femininity, because when we are in our feminine energy, who is protecting us? Who is protecting the woman? Not one man, the woman. Who is protecting us? God, the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And it intimidates people who know that. See, people know. But they've gotten away with so much for so long by not telling the truth. Right? By putting veils and blinds over windows. Okay? To try to blind people from the truth. That's what blinds are there for. Okay? To keep people from seeing what's right in front of them. But we're going to talk about our feminine energy and how our feminine energy also needs healing, right? Because our feminine energy has been hiding. And it's been hiding more so to protect, right? To protect us. Our feminine energy has went kind of hid. That's that inner child. When we talk about who's the inner child within, that's that feminine energy that was hiding from the ways of the world, the wickedness from the world, and staying innocent. Okay? But we're going to pull cards on this feminine energy and why it intimidates people and why they are jealous of our femininity. Okay? And this is men too. This is a lot of men. Because they wish they can co-create with the universe. And they do. They do. But in a different way. It's a whole different way. Right? But of course, you know how envy, even though envious people have stuff, they still want what somebody else has. Yeah. They do. And the men also know how much the women are protected. Right? Because God protects the woman in her innocence. And most of us, our inner child is innocent. Whether you had karmic mothers, karmic parents, karmic sisters, karmic friends. Right? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Because that inner child has always been protected by God. And the Trinity, who helped Neo through his journey fighting the powers and principalities of this world. Y'all know what I talk about on my channel. And at first I was going to pull cards, but we're going to pull maybe a couple. Because these cards really for the collective. Okay, feel free to like this video, leave a comment. Feel free to. I'm going to pull a couple of cards. Okay, and we're going to also talk a little bit. I'm just going to briefly give you guys an example of Harry Potter. Just real quick, okay? Because that was also in the Decoding of the Matrix movie. is Harry Potter, who was marked as a child by a demon. Right? The demon tried to fight his parents, killed his parents, right? Even though they were strong, and then they marked the child. Right? A demon marked the child, which would be Voldemort, who was supposed to be the most powerful one, marked the child. And then the Voldemort kept messing with him throughout his journey. Right? Throughout his journey. Doesn't that sound familiar? And then, at the end, they end up going to battle. Right? The child against an ancient demon, Voldemort. This is Harry Potter, but this is what I was decoding the Matrix, and then that Harry Potter came to me, so I just want to briefly give you guys that information of decoding what that really was. I was a demon versus Harry Potter versus a child that has been marked at birth by a demon. Okay? So Harry Potter became a target for all demons to Harry. And Harry was hidden for a while, right? To protect. So he was in the hiding, right? So I want you guys to start looking at these movies more on a spiritual level. But we're going to go into jealousy and femininity in a minute. But I want you guys to see things more on a spiritual level, because a lot of things are hidden in plain sight. Especially for people who are connected with the Trinity, with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? A lot of us are connected to the Trinity. And it's in the Matrix movie. You just guys have to see it on a spiritual level. Because Trinity will always mean the same throughout every lifetime. And that is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Feel free to like this video. I'm going to pull some cards and to see more what we should know about the femininity. But that was a message I had took down, you guys, of decoding the Matrix. But I took it down. Okay, because that wasn't the energy. That was not my energy. And even though the information is still the same, okay, I stand in my femininity now, and it intimidates people. But I'm going to keep standing in it, though. I don't care what's manipulated. Okay? So now I'm going to pull some cards. And we're going to go pull a couple. Give me 1 second. And we're talking about how people, parents included. So a lot of you guys parents, so as we get back to the story of femininity, a lot of you guys parents were jealous. They saw the feminine essence of you. They saw the beauty of your femininity. And what did these individuals do? Right? Your parents and stuff, your fathers and stuff, your sisters saw you in your feminine energy naturally as you were going through your journey. Okay? And they were envious of that. They were envious of that essence, the presence, the aura of the feminine energy. They were jealous and envious of that and intimidated by it because they did not possess that. Right? So they were intimidated by that. So they wanted you to feel everything but feminine. Right? These are family members, friends. Okay? So now let's go ahead, you guys. I'm going to pull some cards. We're going to do some shaking. And we're going to mix these cards up a little bit. And we're going to see what we should know about the feminine energy. What should we know about people, family, friends, people jealous of that feminine energy? Okay? And sorry, in the very beginning, I had to talk about the Matrix movie and how I decoded it. But that's only because they were trying to stop that message. So I'm still going to give that message and tell you guys why they tried to stop it, which is because of the feminine energy. They want to change the feminine energy into masculine. And a lot of men want to be feminine. Have y'all noticed that going around in this agenda they've been pushing? They've been pushing an agenda for quite some time, right? Where the women are more masculine, right? Even though that's not, some of them really are because they're karmic, but some of them actually, some women are actually more in their feminine nature, but it's an agenda they've been pushing, right? Where the men are more feminine and the women are more masculine. That's an agenda, okay? That's an agenda from insecurities. Because they know the essence of a feminine woman. They know the presence of a feminine woman. They envy it and they want to be it and copy it, okay? This is the agenda they're pushing. But it's not going to work because we have some feminines who are like, okay, we see right through you. We see right through the agenda they're trying to push and what they're trying to have people perceive. Okay? So then they have people battle spiritually within themselves. A lot of men are going through spiritual warfare within themselves. Okay? Because there's an agenda that's trying to be pushed onto the masculine energies. I did not plan on saying that, but okay. Okay, look. Okay. It needs to be said tonight. Okay. That's what they're pushing. Okay? So that's why there's a lot of, you guys, mama business. Okay? But when we talk about sexuality, there's a lot of relationships, men and women. And I'm not, again, bisexual. I'm not getting into what you guys do behind the bedroom. But have you guys noticed that a lot of women who was once in their feminine start to become more masculine, even though that was not their nature before? Have you guys noticed that? The dynamic in certain relationships and how the person changed, but they're battling spiritual warfare. A lot of them are battling spiritual warfare within themselves. Okay? But that's what's going on in some of the things. But it's the feminine energy. And a lot of the times they want women to be more in their masculine energy. That's why you see a lot of women like men. And then a lot of men be in their feminine energy. That's why you see a lot of cross-dressing, changing the body parts, stuff like that. So there's an agenda that they've been pushing for a while. But the feminine energy is what that a lot of people are afraid of. Okay? Because that energy is sacred and so close to God. That's a sacred energy, baby. That's a sacred energy. Okay, so now let's pull some cards. What should we know about the feminine energy? What should we know about the feminine energies, these powers and principalities, these agendas that they're pushing? Okay, what should we know? I want to set this actually down because I want to give it a better shuffle than that, you guys. So just give me 1 second. Let me get a good shuffle. Because I want us to... Why are they jealous of that energy, that sacred energy of a woman, the original woman, not one man, the original woman? Why are they so intimidated by that sacred? Because that's a sacred energy, you guys. That's a sacred one. Why are they intimidated by it? And I tell you, they will. The enemies will give it off to me. See, when I'm doing one reading. See, I might be in tune to just giving you guys readings and teachings, but then I'm also very aware of what's going on in the manipulation of the energies, and then I realize they're intimidated about that femininity. That intimidates them. They're jealous of that nature. Y'all, the first thing I look at said yes. First thing that's on the top says yes. Yes. So what I'm saying, you guys, is what, because I didn't plan on coming here and talking about some of the stuff that you guys see me talk about, sacred energy. So I did not plan on saying that. Okay, but it's saying yes. They're intimidated by the feminine energy, by the sacred energy of a woman. Okay. Oh, I don't want to say this, y'all. We getting too deep. We getting too deep of the first person. They want to say the first person was Adam. Adam was the one who was tricked by the devil. But we ain't gonna listen. I don't want to go too deep now. The woman was the first original. Was the woman. And that sacred energy that woman possessed, that co-created with God. Okay. See, when my enemies come and try to attack me during my readings and spiritual stuff, you guys, there's another lesson for me to give out. See, that's what I'm saying. It's another lesson, and that is who's the original sacred feminine energy that intimidates men, other women, karmic individuals. It's that sacred feminine energy. The essence and presence of a true woman, a true goddess, that intimidates them. That's what they're envious about. So when you see energies changing and shifting, that's because they see you in your woman, your feminine energy, and your power as a ancient woman. They see you standing in it no matter where you go, where you're at. They see that aura, and they immediately, it's like Agent Smiths, right? They turn. And they get envious of that type of energy, okay, that they do not possess, because not everybody possesses the feminine energy, even if they're a woman. Because some women are karmic individuals, right? So do we need to go what karmics really are? See, they're in this lifetime, right? But karmic energies, they're mad. Why are they mad? They're in their masculine energy for a reason, right? Y'all, this is ancient stuff. This is happening in the garden. This is ancient, you guys. I did not plan on talking about this, but this is what happened when they try to mess with me while I'm trying to give messages, and they try to put me and project and put me in a masculine-like energy when that is not my energy. That is not the energy I possess. Well, I can if I wanted to. But we stand in our femininity, right? So now let me go ahead and give some more messages. What should we know about our feminine energy? What should we know about the woman? Sacred woman, the sacred essence, okay? What should we know? What should we know? So I just want to give it a good shuffle, and I'm actually going to pull cards different today because sometimes I'm led to pull cards with them. You guys know I don't cheat. Let's pull the cards and see what they say. And I want to do something different. Okay? Okay. So this is blank right here. This doesn't say anything here. But this says here, I can see some writing, and it says, they know who you are. They know a feminine, sacred woman when y'all think they don't know? Y'all think they green eyes don't know? They know who you are. And it says, okay, so this talks about a has karmic parents. And it says, mother did evil eye in isolation. That's why you never had long lasting, jealous and wanted you to feel alone. So some of us have karmic parents who saw our essence, the beauty of a sacred woman, right? Of an ancient woman who was connected to God and the universe. And what they did was your parents saw it. They envied it. They tried to mask it and copy it. They tried to be more like it, even though they were always in their masculine energy. They was always in the wrong energy. But when they had you, they felt a different type of energy even when you was in their womb. They felt your energy while you was in there. They loved it. They were more connected to the umbilical cord than you were. You had a mission to complete coming onto this earth. But your parents saw that energy. They wanted it. They were envious of it. So much that they didn't want other people to see the beauty in you, the essence in you. They didn't want people to see that, how close you're connected to God. They didn't want other people to see it because they were envious and jealous of it. Okay? These are our karmic parents, whether it's a mother or father. Okay? It does not matter. It's the feminine energy. Because men can have feminine energy too, and so can women. But it's the feminine energy that they were jealous of. Okay? Oh, hold on. I'm hearing something about men being in feminine energy. What is... I'm going to marinate on that because I need some stuff, some downloads I get, I want more information on before I give it to the masses, right? Because I don't like to, like this is a TV series. I like for you guys to really get an understanding of what I'm talking about and what I'm speaking about. When I speak about the feminine energy, they're manipulating the energy. They're trying to manipulate the energy as I'm speaking about the essence and the beauty of a feminine energy. Okay? But I know when the energy is not mine. And that's why I need you guys to heal and go within so you guys can know when that energy is yours and when that energy is not yours. Because I can feel it and I see it instantly. Right? But there's 3 cards that fell on the floor. Okay? 3 cards. As we talk about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And how we're connected to God in a certain type of way. Right? Again, we co-create with God, with the universe. Inside of us. Inside of us. So now I'm going to pull these 3 cards. Excuse me while I drop it like it's hot. Okay, at 7-7. Oh, they're mad. They're mad. I make my own rules to everything. See, I don't do things that everybody else does the way I'm guided to do it. I do things the way I'm supposed to do them. Okay? Because I'm guided by the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. by the Trinity. I'm connected to God. So why do I have to follow the rules of the world? Why do I have to follow the matrix? I do not. Who says I do? I don't submit to man. Not in the way, not in the powers and principalities of this world. Absolutely not. Not when they're going in a direction that I'm not supposed to go. If everybody is going in one direction, I'm going to be looking like, why is everybody going in that direction? No. Who's leading them? That's me. Okay? That's how I function. Okay? Because who's leading those people, those masses of people in that direction, and why? And how do they benefit that? Right? But I do things the way I do things. Okay? With pure intentions. With no motive behind it. Now, and there was a reason why I was not getting monetary money from YouTube. And again, I just like, I'm doing a pro bono for God. I'm not even, but there was a deeper meaning. See, there's always deeper meanings to it, right? The reason is because YouTube has rules and regulations on how you have to do things, right? And in order to get monetized, it has to be a certain way, a certain this. I give messages out, the collectives to hear. Now let's get back to the feminine energy, but I just wanted to keep in mind that people are mad that I won't submit to their ways and how they do things and what the masses does. Okay? It talks about a twin flame. So as we talk about the Trinity, right? The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. As we talk about the feminine and masculine energy, some of us have both. What does that mean when you have both feminine and masculine energy already? And have and balance it out, right? What does that mean? Let's go deep. What does it mean when you have the feminine and masculine energy and you have both? Because when you go into a marriage, you're going into a union, right? And two becomes one when you go into marriage. But what if I'm not married? So what if you already have the masculine and feminine energy within you? As a feminine, yes, we are sacred feminine, but guess what? Ooh, see, I can get deep with this. I can get really deep with this. But some of us have both already within us, the masculine and the feminine energy. Some of us have both already. We are already in union with ourselves. We're in union with ourselves and the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And that's a union that can't be broken. Okay, as we talk about the feminine energy and how sacred that energy is, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's real sacred. Okay, so now the other one says so as we talk about people trying to have us submit to different things, right? People trying to manipulate energies, right? Now let's see, let's pull some more cards. What should we know? Okay. So those cards fell down. We're going to take them as we talk about the essence of a woman, right? Give me 1 second, you guys, because there's energy trying to be manipulated because I'm getting deeper and deeper on what really is. And some people don't want the truth to come out because they're afraid that if most women know the truth, most individuals know the truth about how sacred their essence is, their femininity, how powerful that is, how God and the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is protecting that essence, protecting that. That's intimidating for them because then their trickery, their Wicca, their witchcraft, all that doesn't work because as a sacred women, we're standing in our power. Right? So now, give me a second because, again, they're trying to manipulate energy. Then when they can't manipulate mine, right? See, because some of us, our energy, like we're already healed to the point where we already are connected to God to the point where certain things just can't happen like they used to. Give me a second, baby. What's the matter? Yeah, I know, but you're so much stronger. You're so much stronger. Huh? Yeah, you say so. I'm just so strong. I'm just so stronger than all of that. Huh? Huh? See, we created you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting the messages out about the sacred woman. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You want to be in my video as I talk about the sacred woman? Okay, let me go back to this video, okay? Okay. Yeah, let's play. What's this? It's music time. Okay, you guys, so we are, sorry, I had to, see, energy's being manipulated, but guess what? Just got a download while I was doing that, so now let me go ahead and give it to you. As we talk about the sacred woman and the essence of a woman. Now let me tell you, when Eve was in the Garden of Eden. Okay. So I'm getting information on what things I need to do. As I'm giving messages, more messages come to me, right? But some things as a teacher, we still have to go back into being students too, okay? But let me go back to the message, okay? So as Eve was in the Garden of Eden, God knew, the Trinity knew that Eve needed somebody as she was around the darkness, around chaos, right? Because there was still chaos happening around Eve. So what did Eve do? Or what did God do for Eve? What happens to a woman when she's about to give birth? What happens to her rib? Can anybody tell me what happens to a woman's rib when they're about to give birth? Okay, as we talk about the feminine energy, okay, we have to acknowledge the beginning and what happened in the beginning. Because if we are ancient, our feminine energy is ancient, right, then we have to go back into the very beginning. Okay, back into Genesis. Of who was created and why. Because they are intimidated by our essence of us. And there's a reason for that. There's cards on the floor. Let me go ahead and drop it like it's hot real quick. So it says, oh, I only know love, unconditional love, by God, not by family. They have conditions and terms to their fake love. So this is family who knew of your essence, who knew of the beauty within, who knew how much you're connected to God, to the universe, to children, to innocence, to everybody around you. And they didn't teach you how to love, right? These are family, karmic family members, karmic friends who did not teach the feminine energy, the ancient woman, how to love. not even how to love herself. So God had to teach us feminine women how to love ourselves. God had to teach us how to go within. God had to teach us the beauty and essence of us because we were not taught it. Nobody told us, right? Nobody explained to us who we really were, why we're so connected to God, right? Nobody told us that. Nobody even tried to give us the love that we deserved, okay? They tried to blind us pretty much. So God had to show us and give us unconditional love so we know what love is from God. Okay? And it says they know who you are. Okay? So your family knows who you are. A lot of people watching my live am, okay? Okay, so we have a lot of people in the comments. We got a couple of bots, right, of agents as well. But again, and we can go, if you do a playback, you'll see how the Matrix and powers of principalities are trying to switch the roles of feminine energy. Okay, that's why Trinity is, y'all, this can get really deep. I don't know how deep you guys are ready to dive in the ocean. Because all this is a large ocean. God separated it, right? He separated the waters. He parted the waters. So if he parted the waters, there's an ocean above, which are the heavens, and the ocean, of course, there's an ocean, we know, an ocean below, that goes depths. Well, the heavens are in depths too. So he parted it. Okay? So as you dive deeper within yourself, within the ocean within us, right? And we go within, we know more about ourselves, but also what's outside of us. People thought you would never find out the truth. People thought that I would never find out the truth. They thought I would never find out about what. We go back to Harry Potter. Okay? Remember when Harry had those two parents who were powerful? They're on the verge of a divorce. That ain't my business. That ain't my business. But they had a kid. They had a child, right? And that child was Harry Potter. He was marked by a demon. That demon was an ancient demon called Voldemort. Confirmation on my phone right here. That was Voldemort. So what Voldemort was, he marked Harry, right? And how does this go into the feminine energy? Well, most people know about our feminine energy and our feminine essence and who we are in our femininity. Most people know. Okay? So with that being said, if they know it and they're intimidated by it and they're afraid of it, y'all remember how Harry went on that journey and Voldemort followed him, sent demons, target, he became a target. Right? He became a target. And it says, you're right about your aunt. So these are family members, mothers, anybody you saw as a motherly-like figure in your life. So your mother might not have been nurturing, kind, compassionate. She might have not possessed those things, although she tried to mask around and project. So the feminine felt more masculine. Right? Our feminine energies felt more like our mother who was in their masculine energy all of her life, but tried to switch roles and become all of a sudden feminine, talk different, dress different, look different, right? More like the, okay? So with that being said, they tried to project and switch roles onto the children, right? So then you might have looked at another family member as a motherly figure. But just because they were a motherly figure does not mean that they're in their feminine energy, and does that not mean that they are masking behind something different. Okay? So we're talking about why people are jealous of our feminine energy and the energy that we possess. So even though they might go around as if they are not intimidated, as if it does not bother them, when we stand in our power. On the inside, their blood is boiling. On the inside, they are so intimidated by the essence of a woman, the true ancient woman. It intimidates them. It bothers their soul to the core when we stand into our feminine energy, when we stand into our power. It bothers them. It says, talk about your grandma. My grandmother also possessed the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. My grandmother also possessed spiritual gifts. Okay? She also knew herself within. These are sacrifices. So was Harry Potter sacrificed? They make it seem like his parents were sacrificed. But was Harry the one sacrificed? It says, people thought you'd never find out the truth. So these individuals never thought I would heal. These individuals never thought I would go into a place of healing after everything they've put me through, right? They just thought that, oh, she would never get to a point where she knows what's really going on. This is how we talk about blind. People trying to lead people. Windows have blinds over them for a reason. They try to shield the truth from individuals, right? These are what these people do in order for us not to stand into our power. They don't want us to know the truth, because if we knew the truth, then we would stand even more so in our power, right? So when we talk about karmic masculines and karmic feminines, those aren't always boyfriends and girlfriends. Sometimes they are family members and parents and powers and principalities of these worlds that do not want us to see the essence of us, of who we really are. But they can't stop us once we stand into our power, because we know we have the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, and the Trinity with us. Okay? So now I'm going to pull a couple more cards as we go and we talk about the essence and the beauty of a sacred, ancient, feminine woman. Feel free to like while I shuffle some more cards, you guys, because I think a lot of more women to their feminine power. Okay? A lot of the women have been trained. Some of us been trained by birth to be more masculine. A lot of women were trained to be more like, you don't need nobody. They've been trained the opposite direction. But that was your parents in the last generation, or the generation before you. Oh, that's the last of their generation. So the mindset has already changed for most of you guys. Most of you guys have actually changed your mindset to not believe the same thing that these people have once believed. Okay? Which is a great thing, because their belief system has changed. Or our belief system has changed. Right? But their belief system has changed in a negative way. Right? As we're more stepping into our power, into who we are. Sir, I can feel energy being manipulated. See, I know, because I can transmute it. However, that still does not change the fact that it's trying to, they're trying to project. Because the essence of a feminine woman, do we need to go why these people project, why these people do? Because it's the essence of us, the beauty of us, the intelligence of us, the way we're connected to God in a way that these people wish they were so desperately. But the way they think that they'll be connected to God if they look like us, if they talk like us, right? If they walk like us. They think that that'll make them more connected to God if they move their hips like we do. They think that that'll make us more connected to God, but that is not what connects us to God. That's just how we were created. Now let me pull some more cards, you guys. Feel free to like, to comment. I read the comments every now and then, only so I can keep, I don't really like to juggle in others' energy. Never been my style. But let's see. Ooh. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. So it's all about the Benjamins for these individuals. It's about money too, as well. So when we talk about big agendas and what's going on with this transgender, this gay community and stuff like that, and no, I'm not hate bashing. I understand the spiritual battle that they're going through. It's a spiritual battle they're going through within. Okay? A lot of them are. They won't tell you that because if they feel like if they put on makeup, change their outfit, change their clothes, that they're a whole different type of person with a whole different type of essence. But you got to understand the feminine energy starts within. It's within us. Okay? This is sacred energy. Okay? Most popular spiritual leaders are agents. Now we talked about the Matrix, okay? Now we're talking about some people who are guiding others, who are masking in one energy, but they're jealous of the feminine energy. Some spiritual leaders who you guys think they got a lot of views and popular, they are the ones pushing an agenda because they have a big platform. And most of them are pushing the agenda of, it's okay to be who you are, which it is okay, but you must know who you are to be who you are. And most of them don't know who they really are. Okay? But these spiritual leaders are agents. Okay? And they're doing it for the money. These spiritual leaders are doing it for the money. Okay? That's why I do not, because I'm not pushing their agenda. No. Not me? No. I work for God. I don't work for the powers and principalities of this world. They're trying so desperately to get me to. I will not. I did that. Right? That was the journey I had to go through. But it's about money. And behind this spiritual leader card actually says something. Now, some of the spiritual leaders, like for me, my views and my comments and my likes, they fluctuate all the time. Like I'll see a certain amount of views on my lives, but it doesn't reflect when I post my videos, right? It's a lot of stuff going on with us. Like some of my videos I tried to upload, they were never uploaded, right? And that's when I was in the energy talking about Eve. A lot of those videos were not uploaded, okay? And so, but the real leaders who are not pushing an agenda, who are really to help the community, who are really to help the women in their feminine energy and that sacred energy, they're really trying to help women realize the beauty within them and who they really are within themselves, within that feminine energy, right? They're trying to get them to see it and understand it and embrace it, right? Well, what's happening is the powers and principalities see that and they mess with their channel, their views, their money, and their things like that because they know they're actually telling the truth. They know that they're actually pushing an agenda that was not approved by the powers and principalities. They wanted another agenda to be pushed, right? Because whoever controls YouTube controls the platform, controls most what's going on, right? That's why there's an algorithm and everything. Like it's another way in form of controlling the information that goes out to the public and to the masses. And a lot of spiritual leaders are helping push that agenda for monetary gain. As we talk about, it says the money scheme. Okay? So now we're talking about the feminine energy. Okay? We're talking about people pushing that energy. Okay? That's what we're talking about. Okay? Different individuals who are spiritual leaders. And sorry, guys, confirmation, because I was just thinking something and it confirmed what I just thought. And it's so funny when people try to send certain things to me. First off, I catch it. And I know like what it is before, so it can't really hit me, especially when I'm in my sacred feminine energy. Because you know who protects me while I'm in that sacred feminine energy? The Trinity. Okay? So now as we talk about these leaders, we have some leaders who they had a platform and their platform were taken down, okay? Their platform was taken down. And the reason why it was taken down was because they were not pushing an agenda. Like Foster eBay. Y'all remember when his channel, first they started messing with his view counts. Because you know he pushes way more views than that on the information that he gives. Because that's information I don't see a lot of people giving. But it's not pushing their agenda. And he's too popular. So what do? They mess with his views. They try to discourage him through like loss of finances and stuff. And then they just go ahead and say, oh, something happened to your channel. Right? So then that information isn't there for the masses. So they just completely shut the whole channel down. Because it's not going onto the platform of the agenda that they're pushing. Okay? So what do? Okay, well, we can't control them, so we'll just try to take them out. So now when he tries to rebuild his platform, he has to start from square one, but as a rising phoenix, he will rise even further than how he did before. Right? But he was the one who was speaking a lot about different type of energies, different type of things in the body, different type of things going on within us, outside of us, right? And making people aware, okay? But it's not pushing a certain agenda. What does this have to do with the feminine energy? Well, people who are pushing the feminine energy and encouraging people to heal, embrace it, to love that sacred energy that they have within them, right? It's not a part of their agenda. It's not. I'm getting who run the world? Girl. Right? Because we are connected to God and we co-create with life. When the fallen angels, right, before they came down, there was the goddesses on this earth. The goddesses were on the earth already. Right? And the fallen angels wanted to mate with them. That was a whole fall of grace was about. Was the fallen angels trying to mate with the goddesses and taught them different stuff, right? About makeup and stuff and things like that. Stuff that they wouldn't have known. This is what the fallen angels did to the goddess. So they pretty much contaminated wherever they were at, because if God wanted them to know, they would have known those things. But God wanted the women to know other stuff. Right? When they fell from grace, where did they fall from? If we have two oceans in the sky and then it's separated by land, where did they fall from? And where did they go? We're talking about the sacred feminine energy. We must go to the beginning. We must talk about what happened in Genesis, because that is how we've gotten here. That is how we've gotten to this very moment in life. Okay? But we have, who else channel did they take down? Young Pharaoh. Now, young Pharaoh, I know it's very controversy because Pharaohs are with the Israelites. Moses is with God. He tried to lead them. So I know it's a bit controversy in the name of young Pharaoh. But some information he was giving that were good for people. All of a sudden, the energies changed between him and his partner. Right? It was a manipulation of energies. Right? Things went down, stuff like that. And they started messing with his channel. And then they took his channel completely down too. But why? Why would they do those things? Because it's not pushing a certain agenda. Right? And there's an agenda that they try to push. But they're saying it's almost over. Okay, it is almost over. Okay, let me just read the comment. Well, if you don't have you can create one. They're messing with my views too. They're messing with my views. I mean, but it doesn't bother me because I don't come on here for views, right? So you have to know, if you have important information to give, then just give out the information. The people who are meant to see it will see it. It might not show up on paper, right? It might not show up on the screen. You might not get the credit all the way for it just yet. But the people who need to see the messages, they will receive those messages, okay? So now, it says hospital. Yes, your mother. And before the rain was a rainbow. It's going to be, usually it rains, right? It rains heavy. It rains a lot. Then there's a rainbow, right? And then after that rainbow, there's a pot of gold. is what they say. So after the rain, there is the rainbow, and then there's something even greater, right? After that, right? As we talk about the feminine energy and the sacred woman. So now I see that energy has been trying to be manipulated. Okay? So we're gonna go ahead and let me do something really quick as we continue to talk about feminine energy. Because family and principalities have a lot to do with the feminine energy. Okay? They have a lot to do with why. That's interesting, yeah. So energy is being manipulated right now only because they don't want people to know the truth about how sacred our feminine energy is. They don't want people to know the when we're healing, when we're at a certain place of healing, right? How much that benefits our femininity, right? Because when we're healing, it benefits our femininity greatly. Okay, when we're in a healing phase, okay, our feminine energy gets healed as well. And that feminine energy is what intimidates these people. Okay? The feminine energy is what intimidates people. And when they can't manipulate us, they try to manipulate devices, right? They try to do different things with codes, because remember, software, computers, all that has a code, as in we talk about the matrix. Okay, there's that code. Those codes, they try to use codes to manipulate different stuff, right? But as we decode in the matrix, they're trying to, you guys, if only they knew. I'm so connected to God. It's like, at this point, it's like a joke that they're even trying, right? It's funny. Let's pull some more cards about this feminine energy, about this beautiful energy that the feminine energy possesses. And as these cards dropped on the floor behind me, as I did a little feminine, my little spin, right? We're going to take the cards that fell on the floor. What did I just say, you guys? I said the things that they do to try to stop us is a joke, right? It's really a joke, because not only are we connected to God, also the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? I said that it's a joke. It says to laugh right here. This card right here says laugh. I told you guys, my cards always coincide with what needs to be said, because I'm on here because a message needs to be said to the masses. It needs to be given to people, okay? So people can have an understanding, okay? So it says to laugh. And it says to show the world you're undefeated. That we're undefeated, right? Because I work with the Trinity. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? So we are undefeated. Okay? And it also says ancestors love you. I'm going to pick these up so you guys can see that I'm not just saying this, that this is really what the cards laid out for us as we're talking about our feminine energy, as we're talking about what's really going on in the world with the powers and principalities, as we discuss these things. It says, where is the card that I just picked up? It says, show the world you're undefeated, right? The other card says laugh. That's on the... Okay, we see it. And then it says ancestors. Oh, and ascended. So a lot of our feminine energy, our sacred energy, we've been here before, right? Right? And the Father and Son and Holy Spirit has always been with us, guided us, loved us, cherished us, right? So the ascended masters, who are the ascended masters, you guys? Jesus was one of them. He ascended. There's a couple, spiritual birth. There's a couple of ascended masters who love us, right? And then there says, oh, they break me. And they did that with Jesus. Spiritual leaders, these spiritual beings, they try everything to break them. To try and break them, but they're never successful because they have who with them, class? Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. They are so connected with God and the innocence, right? Our feminine energy is so connected to God and the innocence. And that's another reason for their envy. Okay? Because that's a connection and a love that cannot be touched. Right? That's a connection and love that is unconditional and have no boundaries, right? Okay? That is what's going on, okay? So we have family trying to sacrifice others. Okay, give me a second really quick, you guys. So this is generational family members. And as they try to manipulate the energy because they hate the essence of a feminine woman. They hate the essence of a feminine woman, right? They hate the essence of us. So they try to stop. But look how my Torah just stopped on my feminine energy, y'all. Stop playing with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Yeah, they scared of the femininity. I said, Mama. Yeah, I said, that my mama. That my mama. That my mama. How she co-created me. She said, my eyes, my whole face. I already said what it was going to be before you was born, huh? Mama co-created you, baby. Huh, we breathe life into you. Say, Mama's love is a gift. Just one kiss is all I need. Just one kiss from the mama. Yeah. Yes, yeah, that's where I just energy, feminine energy cannot be matched. Feminine energy cannot be matched at all. Right? And as they try to manipulate energy, right? As they try to, all I have to do is do one spin. Stop playing with the feminine energy. They are not stronger than sacred energy. This is sacred energy that no demon can match. No witchcraft can match an energy that God created himself. Okay? We are connected to God in a way that they are so envious that they try to manipulate everything they can and they still can't match our energy. And we still don't have to put that much energy into it and they still can't match the energy that we don't even have to use. Even though our energy, God gives us so much of it and he can refill us and recharge us at any given moment. As they seek other people's energy and fail. As they try to seek out the feminine energy. That's what these individuals try to do, but they cannot. They cannot. Because all it does is exposes themselves. Right? They expose themselves. Even though we already have an inner knowing about these individuals that can't handle the essence, the presence of a woman. They really cannot. Right? At all. But they still watch though. They still watch. And do you know why they watch? Because even though they're envious and intimidated by a real, true, ancient woman, they can't help but look and see how she does it. What information is she giving? What she's going to say next. Because they don't have that information. They don't have that essence within themselves. So what do? They copy it. They copy that essence and the presence of a woman, whether this is a man or a woman. Duality. They can't handle an essence of a real ancient woman who's connected to God. And who has the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, who has a Trinity within them. They can't handle that. So they try to manipulate energy. And since I'm in my power so much, they can't manipulate mine. I can feel it. I can see it. I can sense it. I know when it's coming. But I give my messages out regardless of that. Because a lot of feminine women need to step more in their femininity, step way more into their power. Okay? Huh. Yeah. Yes, they might be telling it. She be telling the truth. She be speaking the truth. Huh. She be speaking the truth. Okay? So a lot of these leaders, a lot of these trolls, a lot of these people think they're so clever. They think they're clever than an ancient sacred woman. How? When this woman's connected to God and the Trinity. How? How do they think they can defeat that? They cannot. They try. They try, and that's why we laugh, because they still can't. They still won't give up. They still won't. They still won't. And you know why they don't give up? Because the more they watch, the more envious they are. They're envious, and they can't help. Your haters love to watch. The haters love to watch you more than the people who need the messages. Right, but you guys put on your notification bells every time I go live. You guys make sure you're in the notification, so that way you'll when my videos come up, you guys were able to watch them and to see when I post, because it'd be so random, because I love the healing process. I love healing my feminine and masculine energy, right? Because some of us possess both. That's what a twin flame. If you guys want to know what a real twin flame is, some of us possess both, the feminine and the masculine energy. However, we are original. Is the feminine, the ancient feminine woman is the original. The ancient feminine woman is the original. Okay, it's the original. And we are the original. Okay, we are the ones connected to God. Okay, that is us, the ancient feminine woman. Okay, so now let's talk about, you guys give me a second really quick while I get him all set up in his play area. Okay. As I give the messages to the collective about the ancient feminine woman and why people are envious, even trolls, even people who comment, right, are envious of it, and they try to manipulate energy. Okay? Because they can't help but watch. Yet they're jealous. Yet they're intimidated by such an energy that they wish that they possess within. And no matter how much they study books, watch tarot readers to get information, no matter what they do, that's an energy that can't be matched. Okay? That's an energy and a connection with God and the innocence that cannot be matched. So a lot of these people, right, who think they're so clever, they really are exposing themselves. And there's quite a few spiritual leaders who already tried to expose themselves through manipulation and use other people's likeness, right? Other people's information, intelligence, and connection, right? To get more views, to become more popular, to pretend. They even will project. But again, nothing is more powerful and more sacred than the feminine energy. And that's just what it is. So I really don't need to pull cards on that, because I think we kind of get the point in the message, you guys. And you guys can, a lot of you guys were like, well, who are these people who are intimidated by the feminine energy? Well, it's trolls, it's spiritual leaders, right? It's big platforms, it's family, it's friends. There's a lot of people who are intimidated just by the presence, the essence, of us. And the more we heal, the more we step into our power, the more these people are intimidated. The more these people watch, the more these people study us, because on the inside of their core, they wished so bad that they can have a connection of unconditional love and knowledge and intelligence that's everlasting. That comes from within. So as us feminine women, we stand in our power. We continue to stand in our power. We speak up on our platforms. We understand the energy that when it's being manipulated. We understand who's doing it. We continue to heal. We continue to stand in our feminine energy, that ancient energy that we naturally possess. As we continue to do that, and the footstool is going to be a footstool. The haters are going to be a hater. Right? But what we do is we concentrate on us. And the more knowledge we get, instantly, constantly, quickly. So quick, before they can even blink and think of something to say, we on to the next download that we got from God. Okay? And from Jesus. And from the Holy Spirit. Okay? Yeah, as we talk about the ancient woman and how people are mad. A lot of men too who battle with their sexuality because they have an inner spiritual. That's that energy so bad. I want to say something, but I can already see my guys is like, this girl. I was about to say something, y'all knew it was about to be pretty ruthless, and you know. But no matter how much boom boom in the butthole, they still can't possess that ancient feminine energy. They cannot. They want to so bad. They want to so bad. And a lot of men do, a lot of karmic. They're really karmic. Okay, they're karmic. So they can be a woman still in masculine. They can be a man in feminine. But some of these people are karmic individuals. Whether that's family, friends, bosses, co-workers. Right, they're karmic. Okay, but it's our essence. It's the essence within us. So they're saying to laugh. Okay? They're saying to laugh. Because it is surely funny. Now we're going to continue about how the ancient woman, right? Okay? So let's talk more about what's been going on with this feminine energy, okay? Because I was going to actually end it. But because the troll is trolling, because people are watching and trying to transmute and change the energy, I'm going to give more knowledge, more information. See, that's why my videos are so long, not because I come on here saying I'm going to give 2 hours or an hour video. It's long because when they try to stop an ancient feminine energy, I'm going to continue to put more out because I cannot be stopped. Because I have the Trinity and God with me. So at this point, we have to laugh, right? We have to laugh. But we'll laugh as people get more information, okay? So now let's give some more information. Let's see what else we should about the original woman, right? What else should we know about the original? Okay. All right. So, let's get back to what we need to know. So the first card on here, all I see is use people to try to get spiritual gifts. And they're called spiritual predators. So I saw this at first. It says use people to try to get their spiritual gifts. As we talk about leaders, members, people with a feminine energy, right? These people try to get other people's spiritual gifts. And it says they're spiritual predators. They try to seek out people who might have gifts, people who might can have an influence on others, who can help the masses. They look and they seek them out like a predator, right? And then they try to get that information, utilize that information in order to profit off of it. Okay, and we kind of discussed this throughout my life. And why is this important to the feminine energy? Knowing this inner knowledge. Even my son laughing at he laughing at the energy now. He even thinks it's funny, huh? Even my son thinks it's funny at this point, huh? Yeah, they try to manipulate the energy. These spiritual predators, huh? They just so silly, huh? They just silly. We just laugh at them. We just laugh. They just spiritual people predators trying to take other people's spiritual gifts, right? Other tarot readers, other leaders, right? Yeah, huh? Yeah, so we just laugh at them. They so funny. At this point, they just be joking. They just be playing. They just be joking. They just be playing. Huh? Even my son think it's so funny, huh? And he thinks it's funny because at this point, it's not even like, why would you try to mess with an ancient woman who's connected, an ancient feminine energy connected to God? 111 on the clock, right? So now we talked about spiritual predators and why they're afraid of that ancient feminine energy. Okay? Ooh. There is betrayal. Lots of betrayal with even people, lovers, family, and friends. There is so much betrayal. So there's a lot of betrayal due to the energy, this feminine energy, this ancient energy that we possess. There's a lot of knows that entirely. That's why you guys have to go watch the Matrix movie, just because you guys can understand who Trinity really is to Neo the One, right? You have to understand who he really is, okay? It says use your intuition on some of these individuals. So you have to use your intuition on who these people are. Use your intuition to see, okay? So you'll know. God was waiting for you to find the strength. Oh, wait, sorry. God was waiting for you to put in you. Now everyone will know that you cannot be fucked with. You guys read this? I want you guys to read this. Right? It says, when you find that strength, the world will see that you yeah. Not only do you have a safe connected to it, and to God, and to the ascended masters, and to the ancestors. You are connected with so many spiritual beings in the spiritual realm that these people really know better. And you think when people know better, they would do better, right? But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes when they know better than to do things, they feel like maybe since we live in a spiritual world where spiritual beings live in a human experience, that behind closed doors, people can't see what's really going on. Well, God sees, okay? God sees it all, okay? So now that we keep going, you guys stand in your power as a woman. You guys stand in your strength as a woman. You guys will see the strength, the power, the intelligence, the love that God has. You just have to heal and get through those layers of yourself to find your true self. And that true self is within you and has been within you for so long, right? That true feminine energy, that true love, that true connection with the universe, that true connection with the Trinity. Okay, you will know yourself more because you'll know who you connected with and why. Okay, we're talking about the ancient feminine woman. We're going back to Genesis to talk about this beautiful, ancient, intelligent, feminine woman, right? They put you through spiritual warfare and you chose up. Okay? So these people, they think they're so clever. The spiritual predators try to put you through spiritual warfare hoping that you make the wrong choice and they can grab your while you're vulnerable at a weak position. However, some of us made the choice and we chose up. Right? We chose. And I can tell y'all how I made it through spiritual warfare and what I actually said. Because I remember it like it was yesterday. What I said to both during the spiritual warfare. And when y'all say, but I would never tell my enemies because they're just going to try to plot and plan and do something. So I'm not going to tell them yet. I'm not going to share that yet. When God tells me to share that information, I will share it. When God tells me that, hey, this world needs you to tell them how they get through to it. But all I'm going to say is this. Your heart will lead you in the right direction. Okay? But they put you through spiritual warfare, and these are spiritual leaders. These are the leaders that you guys watch on YouTube, on platforms. These are the leaders who put you through the spiritual warfare intentionally, right? Because they're not just okay with profiting off of individuals. They're not just okay with leading people to the wrong path. They want the gifts so they can keep on trying to build their platform up. Because they don't have unlimited information. They don't have unlimited knowledge. They don't have unlimited love. But some of us naturally have that. We possess that after going through healing, after going through spiritual warfare that they put us in, after going through powers, battling powers and principalities, right? Our feminine energy has only strengthened. That inner child within us only got stronger and stronger and stronger until she was ready to come forth to the world and say, hey, this is me and my feminine energy. And I will give the message and the information out to the masses that they need to know. To help other people who are trying to stand in their power and stand in their feminine energy. Right? Because a lot of men, believe it or not, it's a lot of men, and they get women as well to help, right? Through different spells and witchcraft and stuff. Okay? So yes, it's a lot of men, but then they recruit women. I'm hearing some low down, dirty shit. Where that came from, but okay. This is what's going on in the spiritual community with these spiritual leaders, okay? And you're wondering who is envious, who are these people doing all this stuff to try to stop the feminine energy, who cannot be stopped, who is the original and ancient feminine woman, the feminine energy. You guys know how powerful that is? Do you guys know how powerful that is? So the more women heal from trauma, from the things they've been through, from all those things, from battling powers and principalities, the more they find themselves and their strength that God put within them. Okay? God, you allowed what was really happening, but you knew God. So why they put you to God to use you in a way. in a certain way that these people could never fathom, never could understand or imagine. You allow God to use you in such a way. Such a way. Because he had a mission for you. And even though that inner child might have been too busy trying to just hide and go away from the world, God had a mission to complete. So you allow God to use you, battling these powers and principalities, these spiritual leaders, right? All these individuals, family, friends, foes, co-workers, during this journey. And then they talk about the journey with my son, right? They talk about the journey with my son. See, that was a journey within itself, and most people didn't understand what was really happening. I knew what was happening, right? I knew, but most people did not know what was going on. I knew. They want to call every name in the book with a child of God. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I know me. I know self. I know the layers it took me to heal and get to myself. I know who I am and who I represent and the mission that I am to. Also, who I allowed to use me during a time where I was really what you call the most weakest, right? Because some people who, if they would ever go through the thing, in my ancient energy and God and the Trinity, and we're so connected. I got through it with the spiritual realm, literally. That even if these people was in my shoes and tried to pretend to be me, they still could not go through it the way I did. Because I did it with the help of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and with God. Because of the connection that we have. Right? So some of you guys, feminine energies, have this close connection with God. You might not know it because you haven't healed and went through layers of yourself and layers of trauma, layers of darkness to get to the core of you. Go check out my Rolling in the Deep by Adele, that live I the core of yourself and knowing yourself within. Because then you would know, feminine energy, how much you're connected to God. How much you're connected to the universe. How much you can co-create. You would know more about you as you would know how much you're connected to everything. Okay? And we're talking about the feminine energy, although masculines, okay, they love to, right? Because a lot of masculines are envious, right? A lot of masculine men, hey dad, are envious of that feminine energy. Look around the world and see what's going on with the men. They project. That's why a lot of the times the women are more masculine. Okay? They're projecting because for some reason, you guys, for some reason, right? Their envious and their jealousy has gone to a whole nother level as well. Afraid of our feminine energy, our femininity. Okay? So let's see what else it says. Oh, someone's mad you don't want to deal with them anymore. So as a feminine heals and gets more connected to herself, more connected to God, more connected to different things, she lets stuff go. Right? She says, this can't be around me. I'm not going to deal with that. That can't be in my energy field. That can't be close to my healing. That's too close to my healing. They're going to have to give me more than 6 feet. Right? So as this is happening, people are mad. People are mad that they can't get close to try to cause trauma to somebody who's healing. Because if you get so connected to your, you will be away from damn near everybody in this world. Because most people aren't at enough of a healing space. Right? Most people haven't healed and know themselves within enough, right, to be around your energy field, to be anywhere near you, right? Most people don't have that. They don't possess that. Okay? They don't. They wish they did. They still watch and inspire to see if some way that my energy can bounce onto them. Some way that hopefully, by any way, if they keep trying to like get on my nerves, that my energy will change and then they can be the no. Because just like they know how to throw out energy, I know how to block that shit. Right? My father is. Right? He's blocking me because the Trinity will protect the feminine energy. Right? They protect that energy. So your energy is protected. You're right about everything. And you were right about everything. Everything. Do I need to say more? Because I think we're giving the message that we need to give to the masses. It's actually going longer since people think they're so clever. I actually kind of prolonged talking about the feminine energy. As much as they try to watch and look like and behind closed doors, even the men dressing up as women because they want to feel that feminine energy and they know they can't get nowhere near or close to such an energy that is healed. Because there's a difference from a healed feminine energy and a difference from an unhealed feminine energy. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So most people try to keep others out of unhealed energy, but most feminine energies, we're rising up into our power. We're rising up into that feminine energy, the essence of us. We're breaking through layers and traumatic experience, and we're going straight to the core of us. And what we find there, who's been there the whole time? Within us. The whole time. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? And then we're going to actually put a close on to this because I think with that we can really drop the mic, right? With that, we can really drop the mic. That's enough, right? So the more you guys heal, you guys wonder, where is she going with all this healing talk? Why is she always talking about healing and self-reflecting? There's a reason why. And that's for this very moment here, so you can connect more with God, right? You connect more with self, you connect more with God, you connect more with the Trinity. Then you're able to stand in your power even more and say, hey, I, as a sacred feminine energy, will take this in my life and I will not take certain things in my life. Because I'm healed to a point where I do not let people attach to, nor do I attach to anything that does not serve my feminine energy or my highest good and my highest self. Okay? So feel free, you guys, to like, to comment, to share. I would read the comments, but it's really no point. I've really said what I need to say as far as our feminine energy. And I only prolonged it because people was trying to mess and manipulate energy. So I said, well, let me just go on and say some more that will help even more people with their feminine energy. Right? So we want to make sure the masses are getting the information, but also that they really see that ancient feminine energy cannot be stopped. It's undefeated. What was the card that said, the world you're undefeated? Okay? Show the world that you are undefeated, feminine energy. Show the world, right, that you cannot be stopped in no way, shape, or form. That you're going to keep going and keep pushing through with that healed energy, with that sacred feminine energy. You are going to keep on, keeping on. Okay? So with that being said, you guys, I really want to have this go to a end and a close, because I was really just going to decode the matrix, but they tried to manipulate the energy when I was decoding the matrix. So I said, okay. So let me come on here real quick and be in the energy that I'm in when I'm not on live. See, because when I'm not on live, I'm in a certain type of energy. Then when I get on live, they try to manipulate it, but they fail. And because I know what they're doing, right? Once we're in the knowing, right? Once we stay in the knowing and never slip on our knowing, and we stay in our power, show the world you're undefeated. Okay? Show the world you're undefeated. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to bring it to a close, but it was nice. Just, I want you guys to continue to heal. Give yourself self-love, self-care, whatever that is. If it's working out, work out. You know, if it's working out your body, working out your glutes, work out, move your body, right? Get yourself in different motions, right? Throughout the day. There's different forms of healing. I'll only give you guys maybe 3 today, because again, people like to interrupt my healing, but I just keep healing a different way. So there's so many ways I have of knowing how to heal. So you see how my enemies think they be doing something? You see how and I just learned other ways to heal. Out. Do you see how that works, y'all? And then when I was going to give a 5-minute message, instead of giving a 5-minute message, how long has this message been? A whole, even more than an hour. Do you see what happens? So now you guys are getting more information. So one of those things were to move your body, work out, or you don't have to work out, of working out, exercising, some form of getting yourself in motion. Okay, move that energy around your body. Okay. Also, I just gave myself some self-love and self-care. There's different ways we can do that. I just painted my nails, something I haven't done in a minute, right? So there's different things that you guys can do. Give yourself some self-love, self-care in different ways, right? Whether it's your hair, your nails, connecting to nature, going outside, being outdoors. No, you don't have to sun gaze, because we're going to get into a whole nother story about that. But you can just go out into nature, be around trees, right? Be around plants, be around animals, be around children. Those are another ways. All of those 3 things I've said are self yourself. Do some self-healing, self-love. You can also call on God in the Trinity. If you don't know how to heal, you just like feeling in a certain way or a certain mood, ask God for, I need some healing. You will get ideas. You will get different ways you can heal yourself just by being at home. If you don't want to go outdoors for a little bit. Even though pushing yourself to go outdoors, even if it's just taking out the trash. You outdoors, right? Go out. And just that right there will change your mindset. Okay? So you can sometimes think inside the box or outside the box, but it's all about healing that feminine energy. Okay? It's all about healing that energy within us. Okay? And there's different ways to do it. I won't tell you guys all my ways. The more I heal, it's very enjoyable for me, because I understand that not only is it needed, but the more you heal, the more you're going to enjoy it, right? It's an enjoyable thing, right? It might be scary at first, like riding a bike. You're scared to get on the wheels. You're scared to ride it. Once you get on, you start pedaling, you start going, you're like, oh, this bike, right? And you want to keep going. You don't want to get off the bike. And heal and heal and heal, right? So that's what some of us need to do. Okay, we need to get on the healing bus, on the healing train, on the healing bicycle. And so that way when we're on, not only able to heal ourselves, but we help others too, and help others in the healing process as well, and help them enjoy that process, right? Because we want people to enjoy healing. So we're going to take a break for today, for now. But it's all about the feminine energy. Go check out my other lives. When I did the do that live, and anything sent to my channel, 111, anything sent to my channel must be returned, okay, to the individual sending it. Okay, must be returned tenfold. Any evil eye, any isolation spells, okay, any type of magic, witchcraft, or Wicca must be returned to that individual tenfold. May God, my Father, is everything, return it back to the individual who's done it tenfold. And I also call judgment Okay? Because God can judge me, and I ask him to do it every day to make sure. Okay? So I send that back to the person tenfold. I send that back to anybody who's trying to send anything onto my channel. Okay? May it be returned to them. For I am close to God, I'm close to the Trinity and the spiritual realm, so I don't even know why they bother. Confirmation outside. And I transmute energy. And I transmute energy. Ow. So I just had to get that message out, you guys, so the guys and in your power, okay, to be the best version of your nature, the innocence. Because there's so much wicked and darkness in this world. However, right, our pure hearts and our innocence is the reason why we still connected. Okay, so anybody who's trying to stop messages, intuitive, anything to stop them from us to getting the message out to the masses, oh, trouble is coming to them. Because I give messages out because I'm supposed to give messages out. 411, I'm supposed to get y'all the 411 on what's going on. And it started from me just talking about decoding the matrix. That's all I was going to come on and talk about today. But because they kept on, I had to give you guys more information. Really need to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, okay? So that's my message for this hour. And we're going to leave it here. Feel free to like, share, comment. I don't really read the comments because a lot of the comments are trolls. So I don't really read them because I really don't want their energy, because I know it's not a healed energy. It's not a cleansed energy. It doesn't come from a pure place. So I really don't tune into most of the comments. Because the people who really watch me and get the information, who need the information, and who really take the information in to kind of change their life and do their healing, they usually don't comment. They might say hi or hey or what's up, but they usually don't leave a whole bunch of back comments because they're at a place where they just need the information for self, which is great, which is good. Utilize that information to heal that feminine energy, that child within, that inner child needs healing. So once you heal that inner child within yourself, once you heal yourself within, you will then be able to be more connected, get more downloads, get more information from God, from Trinity, right? And watch the Matrix movie and see who Trinity really is. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, who had to help Neo throughout his journey. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and end it there. I don't read long-ass comments. I don't read none of that. So, and as a feminine energy who's already in her power, I know what I'm led to do and what I am led to give out to the masses, so the masses can heal, so the masses can self-reflect, right? And all I gotta do is return to sender. I ain't even gotta say it. I don't even have to say nothing, nada, nothing, zero. I don't have to say nothing. I can just go about my day because the way I live my life, y'all don't hear me though. The way I live my life is according to what I'm supposed to be doing. So guess who protects that feminine energy? You want to know who protects the feminine energy? That sacred feminine energy of a woman? God does, and so does the Trinity. The Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. And we have ancestors, yes, we have angels, but that alone right there is nothing else really needed, right? But that's how protected we are. Right? So it's okay to stand in your feminine power. It's okay to stand into your energy. Right? To stand into that because we are so connected and we are so protected. And they should have known that, right? After all the battles and how we got through it without a scratch, a scrape. Yeah, it might be a little bruise and we have to heal a little bit. But other than that, it wasn't nothing you could really see. Right? Because you really can't be touched. because you are protected by the Most High. Okay? So we're going to end it, you guys, there. Feel free to like. Feel free to share. Okay? Put on your notifications because I will be sending out more messages for the masses, sending out more information, a lot of information about so you guys can go through your do your self-reflecting so we can kind of change the mindset and change the perspective of different things. And don't worry about people trying to stop and be jealous and be intimidated by the feminine energy, because once you stand in your power and go through certain ways of healing, you understand the strength within you and the strength above and the strength all around that you really possess. Okay? So with that being said, you guys, we're going to, yeah, we're gonna call it a day. Until maybe I might get some more. You know, that's what I'm saying. My messages are supposed to be given out to the masses, right? My messages for the feminine energy who's going through that healing phase, the feminine energy who's trying to heal. Okay, my messages are definitely for because I've been through a healing phase already. A part of, see, there's levels to your healing phase, right? There's always levels and steps to healing, and once you get to a certain level of healing, right, then you don't deal with other stuff that is unhealed, because it cannot get near your pure water, right? That's like contaminated water trying to get near some pure water. No, that's why rivers flow and run. Rivers run. But y'all don't hear me though. That's some deep stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a night. So you guys remember to give yourself some self-love, some self-care. Really try to take care of self. Really do some self-reflecting. You can do some meditating. Okay. Take some time out for yourself. That is very important when it comes to healing that sacred feminine energy. Okay, that sacred energy within, right? It's a lot of healing that may be needed from different situations that you've been through in your journey of life, right? All right, you guys. So I just had to do a little something real quick. 'Cause, can't tell you everything I do. Your enemies love to watch. So, but we're gonna end it there. I was gonna put one more, but we can really end it there because I think we got the gist of what needs to be done and what needs to be said. Oh, but more stuff came out. I am the okay. It says everyone's pretending that they do not know. Then it says you love the world and the world turned its back. Sounds like the world. Sounds and their plots and their plans. Nothing's surprising anymore at this rate, at this point of my healing, right? Nothing's surprising, but it's okay, right? It is okay. And we're going to end it there, feminine energy. It does say God saw everything. Are from God, that are from the spiritual realm, that are from the Trinity. Know that God's always see. He even see what I be doing. Okay, God sees what I do. I'm okay with that. Okay? But God also sees the people who try to hide behind different things as well. Okay? So fear not. Fear not, you guys. Because we have God with us. All the time. Not just sometimes, not just when we ask for stuff, but all the time. Okay? This is for my feminine energy who's standing in their power, who's standing in their femininity. Say, return to sender. Return to sender. Return. Ended at that note.